Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks and welcome to my channel, Esteemed Queen Mentality. Be sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of my tea talks. I hope everybody is doing well, enjoying the sun. I know I am. I hope everything is coming together for everybody out there. I've seen that some states are putting mandates back on regarding masks, so just be careful and be aware, and I hope everything is going great for everybody. I'm in the midst of traveling. I've been traveling, so I have some traveling coming up, so be sure all that information is down below. Click on it, support, all that good jazz. Okay, so I can't tarry too long because I have a catering event I gotta do, and I still got things to do in the office, so on and so forth. So get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you sipping on, get it and bring it close. Okay, now I want to have a tea talk with y'all. I've been sitting on this for I don't know how long because I've been wanting to bring it to light. This was to be a episode long ago I was supposed to have come out, but in light of wanting to elevate, you try not to always think everything is the same. However, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And so, in her words exactly, Miss Angelo she was right on target when you said that. Okay, so I want to talk about something that I don't want to call them Bible thumpers, but there may be some people that do have their own interpretation of what it is that we're going to talk about. And some people, everyone is entitled to their opinion and to their idea of what something should be from their perspective. But that doesn't necessarily mean just because that's your interpretation, other people should accept it. Amen. Amen. So I want to have a tea talk today about just that, interpretations. Now the interpretations I'm going to break down to y'all, do not laugh, but do laugh, because y'all know how I am already. Okay, we almost 200 videos in, almost. Okay, so y'all already know how this thing go. So okay, so be sure that y'all hit that like and that subscribe button. Okay, and I'm getting comfortable because like I said, this is an episode that's coming from a long time, and I don't have a lot of time to really break it down, but I have my notes and I'm going to do the best that I can. Okay, right. So like I said, when it comes down to people and their interpretations, you sit around the campfire, how we do in the warrior community, and we just, we sit here and we listen to other people's perspectives, their interpretations of life and things and what they've gone through and how they healed and their lessons. The overall goal, the whole entire scope of building Esteemed Queen Mentality is to have a safe place, inspired community where we're able to encourage one another and to help elevate one another. It doesn't matter what state or what country you in. Like you see the name, you know that this person is a subscriber or a warrior in our community. You know to look out for the cookout. But then you have those you have that small group of people that think they are the smartest person, people, place, and thing out of everybody, but they're in that small percentile where if you are aware of yourself and you know yourself and you love yourself and you understand what relationship you have with your guides, people have a tendency of using interpretations as a form of manipulation depending on your emotional balance. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. If someone thinks you're feeble-minded in a certain area, they already know what to put out there as an interpretation for you to sit here and be swindled, all because you're ignorant, which always can be rectified by you educating yourself and being more aware. Correct? Okay. So I'm going to talk about the interpretations that have come across my path a number of times. Now, granted, I may not have liked their point of view growing that now that I'm older, and knowing that I'm older, what they were saying was a bunch of bullshit. Okay? Now, when I say all this, I say all of that because, one, you need to live your life according to your desire of happiness. You know what I'm saying? What they eat don't make you shit. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who says what. We have to realize, like, until someone can jump into your skin and your shoes and live your life, they don't have any seeds to sit here and think they can, like, bear an opinion to be for you. You know, it comes to a point, at some point, you really have to realize who you are and how you walk. Okay? Queens and kings are not easily manipulated on any caliber. So you should not feel as if, like, you have to lower who you are to be able to relate to people. No, you outgrew them people. And let me show you how you've outgrown these people. Number one, I've heard this time and 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 time again. Let me clear my throat. Who remember that song? The one I've heard, now mind you, like I've said in previous videos, I am divorced. I've been divorced for almost 10 years. And so the one thing that I learned in between being divorced and going through things through that time in my life, that season in my life, I've also learned a season called boundaries, all right? And another season called getting to know yourself, self-discovery. Explore who you are further than what you've discovered. You dig? Okay? So now these days and times, I actually still hear people say this, use this, and that's cool. That is cool. Use it. But remember, who are you interpreting this to? Okay? Number one, like I said, I don't mean no harm, fellas. Kings, mature kings, okay? Y'all can comment down below. However, number one, I used to always hear this thing, you know, well, if you love your husband, you follow, you know, you submit to him, you summons to him. That's not how that works. I don't think that's how that works. Okay, my interpretation of it is sometimes people just focus on the verse that benefits them and not look at the overall meaning and scope of what is trying to be relayed, parallel, or come across. Amen. So when it comes down to someone being like, no, you're supposed to submit to your husband. No. First of all, I may be paraphrasing, but I'm going to need for you to look at that whole entire chapter. Okay? Now, not only the chapter, but the verses before and after. Okay? Because though you can say you're the man of the house, realize you are the head. You are connected to the neck. So she or he matters. You know what I'm saying? Now, when you decide that you want to be precise and start breaking things down as to you're supposed to submit and you're supposed to pretty much follow my lead. First of all, I said this many times on Twitter. I've said this many times in our warrior community. Ain't nothing worse than you giving someone some type of lineage to help you find your way and you follow them, and these motherfuckers is lost. Ain't nothing worse than a lost person trying to tell you they're a role model, they're an example, they're something that you should look as to be an important figure in their life to make sure they make right decisions, but you lost though. Okay, as quiet as it's kept, all this gang related activity, nothing but lost men. And then you're going to go and turn around and crisscross shit and be like, oh, well, you supposed to submit. Nah, player. That's not how it works, okay? Even for the ones who do go to church and they try to use that meaning. When you discover the word on your own, everybody's interpretations are different. But are you doing this out of malice? Or are you doing this out of the fact of you're trying to healthily build, and that is a word. Okay, so when I hear people say, you know what, you're supposed to submit, love your husband, do all this other type stuff, da la 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 la, check this out though. But didn't it say that you're supposed to love your wife as God loves the church? Okay, now at the end of the day, if the church and his people, his sheep, came first, your wife being a side piece to the heifer, you lack therefore control of trying to let her know, like, look, I'm not with it. You know, pigeons don't hump eagles. Eagles hump eagles. Stick to your flock. It ain't over here. That's when we decide that how we want to interpret things is for our benefit. I want to keep her around. You're supposed to follow me. Yeah, if you're not a lost person. But if you're lost, still trying to be found, not trying to be found, you trying your best to trade in your food stamps to be in witness protection, it don't apply. It does not apply. And if it's a divine connection and you're out here trying to manipulate, oh, it's just a matter of time. Something called discernment and instincts come in and find you out. Again, pigeons do not hump eagles. How does that work? Okay, no. If you want me to collaborate and stand beside you, you need to understand there has to be some type of equivalency in emotional, physical, mental, spiritual relation between us for me to even consider you a person to go forth to my God and my guide to sit here and be like, yo, this is a person I think I should live my life with and be with, blah. No, that's not how it works. And even then, correct me if I'm wrong, put it down in the comments down below. When you decide to be a husband and wife, that means y'all two have courted one another. So this person has shown their colors. If they have shown their colors to always being lost, not understanding that black and white equal gray, you know, I really don't think that's someone that you really should be trying to align yourself with. You know, it's so funny because I had this thought that hit me yesterday, and it's a thing of, you know, if you feel like you standing in a room with someone you want to think is your equal, but you don't feel that same way, get the hell up out of that room. Get the hell up out of that damn building. Number 2. Honoring your parents. Now, many people will, I know one of my parents is quick to say this. Been gone 15 years, but quick to say this. Okay. Now, look, this is how I'm going to put it, because psychologically, yes, I was an orphan growing up. And as I said before, I had 2 parents and then I had none. And so this is what I say to honoring your parents. A lot of times people interpret honoring your parents as to getting a line. You know, you're my parent, but you're not my slave owner. You feel me? Like, you know, you don't own me. You can't auction me off. You like, get out of that mentality when you say honor your parents. Okay. Also, honoring your parents is you going to school, getting your diploma, making your bed and cleaning your room before you haul off and go out here and get into these festivities. Be aware of your surroundings so your parents don't have to worry about you and they can go to sleep before you get home at night. Okay, honoring your parents is not only respecting yourself, but respecting the morals and standards that you stand on that they taught you. Okay, just because you become your own person doesn't mean that that's a place where you can insert how someone should be sitting here trying to have a conversation with you. No, y'all 2 separate people. Y'all can have your own different, you know, points of views. You know, a parent can be a Republican, a parent can be a Democrat, the child could be a Libertarian. It's cool. But the thing that ultimately matters is the honor. Okay, honor comes in forms of respect, acknowledgement. The list can go on and on, but I ain't got that type of time. I got to go to Walmart. Okay, so, you know, when it comes to honoring, just because, you know, we may not agree on the same things and I may not live in the same energy as you, you know, you hoard, that does not mean I'm I'm not honoring my parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm not honoring what I've been taught. My dad was very militant. My mom was very lackluster. So at the end of the day, I still honor the very things that my father taught me, because you know what? It keeps my house clean. I know how to crank up a lawnmower. I know how to fix an HVAC. I know how to build a deck, front and back porch. Okay, I know how to put drywall up. I know how to do rehab. I know how to lay down tile. Okay. The list can go on. I've been 13 years strong in real estate. In the words of Kwame Jordan, trades and skills. Okay, that's just trades and skills. We haven't even got on the professionalism through educational institutions. Okay, we haven't even gotten on that. So for someone to sit here and say, well, you're supposed to honor your parents. No, the parents are supposed to be honored because you did the world a favor by blessing a life into it, you know, into this world to make it better. However, at some point that person grows up. I'm not saying that that image and that idolization fades, but it becomes neutral at a point, because now this person's off the tit and they're in the real world. So at some point they got to stand on their own two ankles. No pun intended. So just because someone does not agree with you does not mean they're not honoring you. No, they're honoring the conversation by explaining to you probably A, B, C, D, F, G, but that doesn't mean that they're not honoring you. It's more, it's like, you know, you have to realize, especially if you've been absent, it can be a lot of cake to chew at one time to find that someone has prospered and been resilient through all the bullshit. It's hard. But you have to also accept it, because what you've done and what your parents done for you to be able to make it and to be healthy and strong, it wasn't done in vain. If you wake up every day and you know without a shadow of a doubt you have a reason for existing. You know, now that you're off the tit and you're in the real world and you're in reality, okay, you get up every day because there's a purpose. So you have a foundational respect and honorary position for them at all times, because you're here. When it comes to, you got to let that baby go and let them grow up. That's kind of a hard pill to swallow, and a lot of people use honoring your parents as a scapegoat for you to pretty much put your health and your awareness on the sideline and be played as a puppet and as a slave I don't mean no harm, but I don't know about anybody else, but with my parents, that's how that came present to me. You feel me? But needless to say, number 3, being fruitful. Oh, Jesus. A lot of times y'all about to be mad with me because I'm about to put my world religions degree to use. People real quick tell you, well, you know what, being fruitful, I know I'm not gonna choke. Being fruitful, you gotta multiply. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. But needless to say, epidural, natural, or at home, bitch, your ass is supposed to multiply. If only men were really seahorses in real life. I've had some real bad cases of food poisoning that put me in a fetal position, so I ain't nowhere near gonna even try to attempt. Shouts out to all the women that can do it, because I can't. Kudos to you. You feel me? But we need to talk about being fruitful, because guess what? I damn sure know with my world religions degree that a lot of times people look at being fruitful and tithing to be intertwined. They talk on the same lines. You know, you got to give. You got to give 10%. You got to be fruitful. Okay, this very well may be in his word, but also I damn sure know that in medieval history, I know in economics, and guess what, bitch? Religion, people use those terms. Now, the gag is, you know, things happen in life, all right? So, therefore, there's, you know, situations happen. So for the ones that cannot be able, to produce and conceive and all that good stuff, guess what? According to the dictionary and to my world religions degree, let me tell you something. Don't let people's interpretations of these two things fool you. Because again, are people out to interpret things a certain way to help you see that they need what you have? Or are they putting out an interpretation to help settle the percentile on what it is that we are in dire need of? You see how that works? You're trying to decrease the amount of people who need, and yet they're trying to increase their pockets so they can be fruitful. This is why I'm telling you, pay attention to people. Pay attention to people and slow down. Life ain't going nowhere. Okay? Now, a lot of times people will hear this thing about, 10% of your personal income. But what they leave out, and this is why I say in the warrior community, you need to be sure that you educate yourself at all costs, at all times. Because what they leaving out is the fact of, it doesn't always have to be 10% of your personal income. It can be 1/10 of your agricultural possessions. So if you're a person like me who's in the midst of, doing harvesting and everything like that, I have a micro farm. Okay, I have a micro farm, and so part of what I grow, I actually intertwine that into my home skills business. So I'm able to cook meals and teach cooking classes, and it all be intertwined with what I love to do. Okay, that's how I give back, because children ain't in the picture. I'm just saying, I got my pet child. If y'all would have asked me if I wanted to do it again, the answer is hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I was going to say something, but I don't think that's something I need to say out loud, or all this Black Lives Matter type stuff going on. But needless to say, no, that's all y'all gonna get out of me, point blank period. When it's time to go, I'll bury them. I'll go ahead and cash in the insurance policy I got on them, and I keep it pushing. It is what it is. But outside of that, you don't always have to lay on your back and test mattresses for NASA and Celoposyphilic and mattress discounters for you to sit here and feel as if like you are a part of the world because you brought something to the table to be part of this world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Don't let anyone make you feel like you have to succumb to that to have validity in who you are. And most importantly, when you realize certain things when it comes to how people try to pinpoint and pin you down mentally on what they want you to accept to be your point of view, no, have your own. And be real quick to let them know. Because another thing I'll tell you is this. People's opinions and interpretations, don't listen to them if they ain't going to listen to you. They ain't going to hear you. Understand, listening and hearing is two different things. Some people don't understand that. So this is what I'm telling you. But needless to say, all of this is to help you, like I said in the beginning, help you live your life accordingly. It's not for someone else to dictate your life other than God and the guides that lead you in the right direction. Sometimes it's easier for you. Have you ever realized when it's time for you to elevate, you have bare minimum around you? People, places, and things. But when it comes to you realizing that it's time for you to elevate, people's interpretations will start to shed off of who you are and what your characteristics are, because you're becoming yourself. And a lot of people find that to be a very big pill to swallow, because damn it, they still got tonsils. They still have a hard time getting corn down, let alone mashed potatoes. So a horse pill would damn near kill them. Imagine what a mustard seed or a watermelon seed could do. Child, please. Unplug the phone and tell them, hit them 3 buttons. Matter of fact, put 9 1 in and then tell them to hit the one to unplug. Let me Look, y'all, I have enjoyed this time. I gotta go to the store. I gotta get this catering stuff out. Be sure that y'all like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell down below. If you're interested in our book club, it is in our warrior community every Thursday. We are going to be starting it back up within the next week or so. I think the book we're doing is A Boy in the World at, I don't know. It's something by C.A. Fletcher. But that's going to be our next book. It's a elliptical literature read. I'm so excited. Outside of that, if you are in the Raleigh, North Carolina area, I will be seeing y'all for our dream workshop coming up in August. And if you're in Winston-Salem, I'll be seeing you all for Stellar Happy Hour in August. And if you're in Georgia, I will be near Atlanta for a Stellar Happy Hour presented by Stellar Bistro Foods. So all of my tour dates, it's seeming like it's like a happy hour tour. So I'm geeked. I'm excited. That noise is this chair, y'all. But anyway, be sure that y'all like, share, subscribe, hit those notification bells, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that good stuff. And until next time, folks, I will talk to y'all later.